So now I'd like to introduce our speaker. So John Knicely, founder and chief storyteller of VITA LUX Agency, is a award-winning journalist who uses storytelling to help businesses drive transformation. John enjoyed a successful 17 years as a news anchor reporter in news markets, including St. Louis at KMOV, Dallas Fort Worth, Seattle, and Charlotte. John always maintained a strong interest in business, and he's found the perfect combination of storytelling for businesses where he can use his journalism skills to help find and clearly communicate impactful stories. Businesses looking to accelerate interest with their ideal clients and partners use John and his team's instant clarity process. The process reverse engineers a message that speaks directly to the right audience. It also aligns the team members around the brand story they need to share. High-end video storytelling is a prime outlet for many of John's clients. Those videos are used to tell a brand story on a website and used in digital marketing. Given his broadcast TV background, John is skilled in transforming complex information into clear, concise, and compelling video content. Please help me welcome John.
I appreciate you all being here this morning and being part of this event and inviting me to join you. I'm excited to get into some of the content. My real goal for you today is to come away with an understanding of a framework of how to better tell your story that goes with your manufacturer, whatever role you have in that team. Possibly you're a service provider, but this really applies to all of us. It also doesn't just apply to your outward storytelling, but your inward storytelling. How to create more buy-in from your team by telling your story well. I'm going to walk through a real-life example with Chris Peterson with Gasket and Seal. We'll go through this process and we'll kind of walk through those results and show you how you can really apply these same concepts to you, your business, and what you do. So for a little bit of background of how I got here, outside of the bubble of broadcast journalism, which I was in for 17 years, I also want to throw out the name John Knicely might be familiar to some of you because 40 years ago, my father, John Knicely, was the sports director on Channel 2, covering the Cardinals on their World Series run. So I spent my toddler years here with a dad who was a sportscaster, news anchor, following his footsteps. But for me, I had an entrepreneurial spirit and always had a mind for, okay, what's after TV? Where can I find a place in business? And I was in Seattle at a meeting with a alumni group member who worked for Microsoft. We were talking about this, a natural path out of TV into communications, public relations. I wanted to go a different path. He said, what are you looking to do? I said, oh, storytelling. He said, well, at Microsoft, we have a storytelling team that's independent of marketing, independent of communications, independent of PR. And they just find to tell authentic stories that really highlight and promote the Microsoft brand. And I thought that sounds like what I want to do. Met the chief storyteller for Microsoft, a guy named Steve Clayton, British guy. He's got a TED Talk on storytelling. I'll mention him here in a minute again. But what it really did is open my eyes to, okay, any organization, any business can really promote their brand through authentic storytelling. I didn't want to do marketing. I didn't want to convince some kid that if he didn't buy these tennis shoes, he's not going to be able to play basketball as well as the next guy. I wasn't into that. But if we can tell authentic stories about our brand, about our story, about our manufacturing company, it can have a lot of impact. And so I got to give a shout out to Steve Bass, also with Icon Mechanical, who I met earlier. Steve, there you go. So I have the title Chief Storyteller, is what I put on my business card. Steve said, I started doing that 10 years ago. So Steve, kudos to you for seeing the value of storytelling. And this is it's a great example of how and why you can tell a better story about what you do. Because inevitably all of us, our natural inclination is to just spout out everything our products can do. All of the features, the details, it's got this and that, and it can outperform this, and we got this feature. And that's okay, but that's not going to draw people in. What draws people in is the story So I found mechanical right now, some of their parts that they're working on, which, consist of really specific parts, are being used to build Blue Origin space rockets. How cool is that, right? So what we do, especially in manufacturing, there's an end result of what your products do, what your people are doing, that have major impact on our world, on our economy. And so just to open up that line of thinking, my wife is an example. She is an analyst for Boeing. And if you ask her what she does, she'll talk for 2 minutes about all these little fine details that are coming. You build fighter jets, literally. She's analyzing parts that are going to the F-15, F-18, F-22 jets. That's the end result of what you do. So we can think about that from a manufacturing perspective. What do the parts, the pieces that we build, what's the eventual impact on this world, on our community, on our people? And I think that's a way that can really create a lot of buy-in for your team, because as you tell those stories, there's pride in the guy who's on the assembly line. He knows that he might have a mundane job that seems tedious, but it's having a big impact. And not just the guy on the assembly line, the accounting department. So telling those stories can have a real big impact. So we're going to start walking you through this framework that I've learned through my mentors. And again, I believe every single one in this room can apply to your business, to your sales calls, if you do sales. And then we're going to show you how we create what I call power storytelling statements. It's boiling down the story for the exact audience you need to reach in 1 or 2 sentences. And we're going to walk through some examples, so hopefully that'll be pretty good. All right, so one exercise to get us going, I want you to guess the business. This is a business that added these core values, its website, its shareholder meetings, it was prominently displayed. Communication, we have an obligation to communicate. Respect, we treat others as we would like to be treated. Integrity, we work with customers and prospects openly, honestly, sincerely. Excellence, we're satisfied with nothing less than the very best in everything we do. This is a company that everyone's heard of in this room. So I'd like people to take a guess. Any guesses? Anheuser-Busch, good guess. Gillette, good guess. And really, these could be part of all of those companies' core values. No? It's Enron. So the point here isn't that there's anything wrong with those core values, right? Those were core values that hopefully everyone in this room aspires to, their company does, but they're just words, right? We've all, that's just white noise to all of us. If you go to your company website and it's just a bunch of words about we work with integrity and do this, this, and this, I'm sorry, but that's going to be white noise to whoever's reading. Again, there's nothing wrong with those aspects, unless you're telling it through a story that can authentically show those core values. That's where there's real power. And we get that from testimonials, and I encourage you to do that. Get it from testimonials that you work with integrity. So it's out of your customers' mouth. Say, yeah, we're working on this project. We overpaid, but they caught it and refunded us our money. But whatever those stories are, inevitably, we all have them within our companies and our business. And so I say, prove those words. Don't just spout it out on the website or on a LinkedIn post, because again, all of us as consumers are we don't buy it. We don't buy it until you prove it. Plus, we're in the showing stand here, right? So show me. And again, it's that authentic stories resonate with people. So when we're talking about crafting a message, so I encourage anyone who's writes any post on LinkedIn or writes any type of blog post about leadership in your industry, potentially something for a newsletter or a trade magazine. Start with who. Who are we trying to reach? Let's get really clear on exactly who we're trying to reach, so we can speak in their language. So it's about them and how we play a part in their story. Not, here's who we are, we can do X, Y, and Z for you. It's no, here's who you are, we understand who you are, and here's how we can help you. And so back in my broadcasting days, we would go through this exercise of who are we trying to reach with our newscast. As a morning news anchor for 10 years here on Channel 4 with Virginia Kerr and Claire Kellett, they were the more popular ones, not just the guys next time. But what we would say is, we're trying to speak to a mom who's at home in her kitchen, getting the kids ready for work. She's got the news on in the background, to hear the weather, to hear the highlights of what's happening today. She's not sitting in front of the TV with a pad and pen taking notes on our newscast. We need to know that, so as we're communicating to her, to that mom, we know how to speak to her, get her attention. Like, mom, listen up. This is something you're going to know for your kids this summer. A great activity, at St. Louis Zoo. So that's my example from the morning news. But this again applies to each and every one of us and our businesses and who we're trying to communicate with, including our own team members. So we start with who. Who are we trying to reach? So I'm going to encourage you to use the Force. Star Wars is the example. Hero, guide, villain. Now, while it seems a little cheeky a bit, I didn't come up with this. So, right, Hollywood did. And Hollywood talks about the movies we go to see have this great framework for telling great stories. So that's what we're going to go through. So I mentioned Steve Clayton, he's Microsoft chief storyteller. I've had a chance to learn from him directly. His TED Talk talks about Star Wars framework. Procter & Gamble has a chief storyteller. His name is Shane Meeker. I've had a chance to study with him some too. He has a TED Talk. Guess what he references? Star Wars. And then, if anyone's familiar with Donald Miller, Building a Story Brand, which is a great book, I highly recommend. Star Wars is the frame. So, what does that mean for our context of crafting our story? The target audience is always the hero. So, not us. And that's a real shift that we have to be conscious of as we go to craft messaging. Because, again, we're proud of what we do. We're proud of what our products can do for you. We're proud of this success we have, but if we lead with us, the audience isn't drawn in. The audience might say, oh, good for you. How does that apply to me? So we need to make sure that our target audience knows exactly why they're part of the story and the great things that we're doing and can do for you, that our products can do for you, why that should be part of your story. So this is you. This is you or your business. You could be Yoda or Obi-Wan Kenobi, because Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda are the ones who helped Luke Skywalker discover the Force. Luke Skywalker is the hero. But without these two guys to guide that hero, he wouldn't have discovered the Force. This one's obvious, right? The pain points is the villain. So Darth Vader, the Emperor, that's the villain. So you need to figure out what is the villain that your hero is facing. And this, we're going to walk through how to do this. Your business, again, you're a guide, no massaging, so that one is that. All right, so where do we start? Well, we got to get really clear on who we're trying to reach. We've got to identify pain points for them. And again, this is known pain points for them. This is the things that keep them up at night, that stress them out, the things that are on their plate. If we can speak to that in our messaging, it's going to grab their attention. Because they're going to think, oh, yeah, that applies to me. I'm dealing with that. And then how do you guide that hero to defeat the villain? So what is it that your product does or your process does that helps that customer of yours achieve their goal? And then what's an important part of this is to also help them understand the outcome for that hero. So your clients, your customers, when you deliver a great product to them, a great gasket, seal, otherwise part, what does that allow them to do? It allows them to achieve their goals. It allows them to improve their bottom line. And if you tell the story and help them see the outcomes they can achieve by working with you, that's going to draw them in, because let's face it, we all want to know what's in it for me, myself included. So if you can clearly show me what's in it for me, then yeah, bring it So this is a, what I break down is you can, once you're clear on who, you're clear on their pain points, and then you're clear on what you do to help them overcome those pain points. You can create 1 to 2 sentences, what I call power storytelling statements. So CMA Global is partly responsible for me being here today because I took their team of psychologists through this process. And this is one of the power storytelling statements we came up with. It's not that there's one magic bullet, but companies partner with CMA Global to improve organizational efficiency, save money by avoiding employee turnover, and build a sustainable leadership pipeline. They become the best place to work. Now, if anyone knows CMA Global or has worked with them, you know that it's a team of clinical psychologists who are incredibly talented, have the literal, the academic proof of their greatness and what they can bring to the table. So it'd be real easy for them to just come out and say that. We're a team of psychologists and this and that. And you hear that, and good for you. Some of you guys are a smart group of people. But if you can tell the story in a way that, I'm part of the CMA Global, I'm going to improve my organizational efficiency, save money by avoiding employee turnover, and build a leadership pipeline, yeah, that's the story I want to be a part of. You're making it about me. All right, so now we get to the interactive part. Chris Peterson, I'm going to ask to come up. So, Chris recently took over gas and seal fabricators this past year, and I can tell you that Tom and his team set me up with Chris in the last couple of weeks. We didn't know each other, but as I've gotten to experience Tom's business, or Chris's business, and talk to some of his employees, he's got a real powerful story to tell. They've been in business for decades, but there's some real exciting stuff going on in gas. So we went through this process, and so I'm going to share some of the results of what we came up with, and I'm going to have Chris talk about it. And again, I want you to see how you can apply this to whoever you need to reach with your target audience. So the hero, we identified our purchasing managers. That's who gasket and seal fabricators needs to reach the most with its messaging. And I want to highlight that it's not that the messaging isn't going to resonate with other people, it's that this is who you really need to resonate with. If it resonates with other people, great, that's awesome. But we really need that purchasing manager of a manufacturing partner to really get our story, how we tell their story. And so we identified, okay, not just a purchasing manager, what kind of purchasing manager? So one that's critical to production, but not a technical expert. They're seasoned, they're not entry level, well organized. So by going through this process, again, you can do this with your team, just kind of list out those qualities and characteristics you can start to shape the story. So Chris, I'll just hand off to you and your thoughts on the hero that you're trying to reach.
Yeah. Sure. So John referred to me as Yoda several times, and that really boosted my ego in this whole process. But I like how he walked through this. It really forced you to put yourself in the target audience's shoes and really think from their perspective. What exactly does that person look like? And it was relatively straightforward for us because we're also doing purchasing like a lot of manufacturing managers here. And so it came naturally, and if anything, it educated us more on the issues that specific position is dealing with. And so we invited my outside sales manager in this process as well. And it really just reinforced that, yes, this is truly who we're trying to reach. And it was good. A good start to our session.
And this may be obvious, but I think this will apply to a lot of manufacturing companies. Why purchasing managers? Why is that?
Again, they're the ones making the decision. They have the authority to actually change vendors to gasket and seal, and ultimately the ones who we are trying to for them to open the door for us at the end of the day.
That's great, because if the engineers at that company fully understand your product and how to integrate, that's great. precision, but that's what we need to reach. In this case, again, when you're going through crafting your story, it may not be a specific client, it could be a vendor partner, it could be your own team, but let's really identify who we're trying to reach with our message. All right, so now that we got really clear on exactly who we need to reach, we talked about their pain points. And again, the key here is not pain points we see that they probably have, but this has to be a known pain point to them. Let's really step into their shoes and understand, okay, what's really keeping them up at night? What's stressing them out? So Chris, I'll let you kind of walk through this list and talk about why we came to this list.
Yeah, immediately, my salesman and I said, well, supply chain issues. And John kind of forced us to say, yeah, but what specifically? What does that mean for the purchasing manager? And so the lead time, how long it takes to receive the product that we promised them. Potential product production shutdown. If the purchasing manager doesn't do his or her job correctly, the ultimate ramification would be production line down for the entire division, entire company. And so there is a lot on the line if the purchasing manager isn't executing as they should. Poor communication, that's really being overwhelmed with dealing with so many different suppliers, different vendors. I mean, this is a problem that we could all have, but we identified that it's not just having the different vendors, but also the amount of different emails back and forth, and keeping track of all these pricing changes as we're going through all this inflation and requoting, and managing all those dates that are coming through to accommodate those lead times. It really builds up. So finding quality issues with parts, as everyone knows here, that only just creates more work when you send out a part that requires rework or requires credits to get the accounting division involved and to really write corrective actions and write non-conformances and just all the paperwork that ensues. So really, as we're going through this, there are opportunities for us to kind of alleviate for the purchasing manager.
Awesome. Okay, so to this point now, when we're crafting our messaging, and we're talking about, now we're finally to talk about ourselves. Now we're going to talk about what we do. So now we're going to look at how do we guide, but this is where we get clarity on what we need to communicate about what we do. Because again, we all know every aspect of what we do. We know our background, our awards, this and that. That's all fine, but what's going to get the attention of that exact audience we need to reach is how we specifically help them overcome their known pain points. And this is the way you get their attention. So for Gasket and Steel, we identified they have some customized solutions for clients to specifically eliminate the supply chain issues. Great communication is a focus of theirs to help alleviate some of those headaches that purchasing manager has with an unresponsive supplier. Well, we can alleviate that. And then executing consistently and reliably. And again, that's to make that purchasing manager look good if you're executing reliably. Anything you want to add on this? So now we can get clear on how we are part of their story. So this is all stuff that we already do. But if you came to our website and it just said, we are great communicators and we do this, this, and this, okay, that's fine, but let's invite you into the story first, and then tell me you're a great communicator and why that matters. And this is, again, part of the story that's important. It's not just, did we help that purchasing manager with a supply chain lead time issue, or a communication issue, what was the outcome? Well, for them, if they don't have to worry about you responding to emails and phone calls, there's reduced stress in there. They don't have to worry about their production line getting shut down because one of your parts didn't show up. they're gonna sleep better at night, right? And they're gonna look good to their bosses. It's gonna help their world. And so we can show, yeah, you partner with us, it's gonna make you look good. We don't really say it like that, but that's the way we want to craft our messaging and help them improve their bottom line. And so we came up with a few power storytelling statements with this framework in mind. So we start with the hero, they're the subject of the story. We talk about their issues and how we can alleviate them. And it's not, again, it's not that there's only one power storytelling statement, it can be a dozen. And you just use that framework, everything that you listed out, you can go back through and craft messaging. You can use that for blog posts, use that for LinkedIn posting. Get the attention who you need to reach, make them the hero, because we're all going to perk up if you hear former news anchors who are doing storytelling businesses and say, oh, they're like, oh, that's me. Yeah, well, what's next? All right, so here's a few statements. Maybe you read it out. Purchasing managers dealing with supply chain headaches partner with GSF for customized long-term purchasing strategies. And so the idea is that sentence speaks their attention, and maybe that leads to a call with their salespeople. You know, we didn't get into details of what those customized long-term strategies are. That's the part of the sales process. It's really educating them. But this is what gets their attention and gets their foot in the door. And you can get real specific, you know, Chris identified that, you know, one of their best customers, the target niche for them is HVAC. So HVAC purchasing managers partner with GSF to cut down lead time through customized solutions. The more specific you get, the more that's going to draw someone's attention. If I'm a purchasing manager on LinkedIn, you know, maybe I'm a purchasing manager for something unrelated to manufacturing. But if you say HVAC purchasing manager, like, look, yeah, I want to see what this has to say. It's applies to me. I'm not going to scroll past it. And then lastly, we say purchasing managers partner with GSF to improve their bottom line, experience reduced stress, and have a great production story to tell. And so I wrote a great production story to tell instead of look good to your bosses, which is a little bit softer, but that's just one way to use some more nuance. So, you know, hopefully, as you understand the framework and you can really think, okay, this is how I can apply it and how I can get clear when I think about what am I going to write about in this month's company newsletter? What am I going to write about on a social media post? We'll use this framework, identify who you really want to reach. Again, the message very well will resonate with other people. Really want to get clear on our target audience. All right, I'm going to shift gears a little bit here about storytelling and why it's important, particularly within culture. And I did want to call this out because Chris's website, they have a testimonial that's already on there that fits perfectly with this. This is a senior procurement agent in Natasha Energy. I worked with Gas for 30 years, always been supported by servicing. If all our vendors were just responsive, my work would be much easier. Right? So we know exactly this is our target audience. And we're making their life easier. Not gasket seal has the best gaskets and seals, no rings around. You know, hopefully they do, but what does that procurement manager care about? Making their life easier. All right. So now we're going to shift gears and talk about the importance of relationship. And again, this is where stories can really help you in your company. So this is a business partner of mine is a business professor at Washington University. So this is his material that we use to really zero in on the emphasis here. So we're going to talk about 100 years of economic value as it pertains when we show the stock market changes. So we have financial value, our money, our bottom line, intellectual value, what speaking against us intellectually. And what we're coming into as a nation is relational values taking a bigger importance and it's being highlighted. So the stock market there we see from 1945 up till now, these trends going up, stacking up, stacking. So we break this down into the financial value coming out of World War II was a big focus. And then in the 70s, 80s, 90s, intellectual value started to take hold more of the focus as a country in business. And what we're seeing now is this shift to relational value. And so again, there's the breakdown of financial value. The importance here is to see the foundation was from 1935 to 50, and there's the growth cycle, financial value. Intellectual value, the foundation was laid in 1965 to 80, and now we're coming up to 2000, the growth cycle. So relational value, we've been in the foundation of it. And if you work with millennials, you have any millennials on your team, you understand what they care about is a little different from what was most important in business and employees, 20, 30, 40 years ago. They want more. They want more relational value. That's important to them. Their work-life balance, these terms become buzzwords. And so I'm going to talk with Chris about this because as Chris has been working with gasket and seal fabricators. I talked to one of his employees who's been there for, how long has Tracy been? 8 years. Okay. So Tracy's been there 8 years, and she's seeing this kind of shift in approach. And what does that look like? What does that mean tangibly to change the story within our own company to promote relational value? So again, I'm not going to pay to do this for Chris. He's not a paying client, but I was just impressed by what I saw and heard with what's going on there. So I just want you to share some of that focus.
So I acquired Gasket and Seal in February 2021. It was a great and durable, profitable company. But what isn't typically discovered in due diligence was what's the culture like? How are people doing? What are the relationships like between everyone? How do the previous owners treat those employees that were, contributing to the company? And very quickly, I realized this person doesn't work with that person. The office doesn't talk to the shop. The previous management, whenever there was a mistake, they would make an example out of that person. There'd be shouting matches. It was a really tough culture, and surprisingly, people took it for what it was, and there was still a job there for them, but it was a place where they never felt comfortable. And so I came in, and I really formed a relationship with the previous owner, and I said, I'll take care of your people. I'll respect them and give them the respect that they deserve. They've been here for decades, and I really look up to that. And so what I did was we started increasing communication. Before, they didn't have any meetings. If there was a decision that was made, no one knew about it on the floor that it would actually impact. We started asking for a lot of feedback. Tell us what's going wrong out there. How can I fix it or put in processes to make sure that doesn't happen again? And not only that, but I sat down with each employee and said, come into my office. Let's touch base on how things are going. Are you happy here? How can I help you? What are your goals outside the company? And how can the company help you get there? And a lot of these employees who have been there for decades, they're like, what is going on? What's this guy trying to get out of this? And so it took a while to build that trust and to really trust the process too. And so I do this twice a year with the employees, and this is their time to vent, and I learn valuable intel at the company that I can put out fires quickly before they fester and the culture becomes, leans more towards toxicity. Now I know, people are joking now in the office and laughing and smiling, and I'm not saying that it's perfect, right? There's still some relationships, personalities that kind of butt, And so that's always going to be difficult, but now people are fully informed as the direction of the company. They know what the goals are. They know even when a contractor is about to tour our facility, everyone knows when other employees will be out on vacation. And so at first they were like tons of meetings, you know, this guy loves meetings, you know, it's like his one of his favorite hobbies, right? But the communication's there, and people are all on board and bought in, and so it's really I don't know if you have anything else to add based on the conversation. I wasn't listening in or anything, but these employees that expressed, you know, I wish you were here 20 years ago, and I wish, you know, you were here 10 years ago or whatnot, and so. I had to apologize and tell them, well, I would have been a teenager. I wouldn't have been managing you at that age, but I appreciate it. But anyway, I could go on and on about it, but I'll turn it back to Tom.
Thanks, Chris, I appreciate it. Yeah, so, right, so good, like, Chris obviously showing great leadership qualities and characteristics, but what he did isn't any secret magic sauce, right? He made people feel valued, really made them feel like they're part of the team, so that relational value focus. Again, we talk about being in the foundation of it right now, again, largely in part because of our millennial workforce, and the workforce is coming up behind it, they demand it, they want it. And so the point of the storytelling is to A, be aware of this and implement it now so that you can be part of the growth cycle, not lagging, trying to catch up to every other company that's doing this, and telling that story well. And there's great examples with manufacturing companies here in St. Louis. Cosmos Corporation, which is pet product manufacturing. You know, they went from 15 million in sales in 2015 to 75 million last year. And I'm doing a long-form documentary project with them to tell the story of their business growth. But I can tell you, they have a palpable culture when you go there. My video production team wasn't familiar with their culture, and after one day of shooting there, I'm just over here in my ass talking, they're like, there's something different about this. What is, like, everyone seems like happy to work here. They're like, you know, this is a different vibe, different feel here. And it wasn't because they had the Enron's core values posted on the wall. You know, they did have their core values are important to what they do, but it's because the actual culture that's been built. Cambridge Air Solutions, you know, recently met with Doug Eisenhower, the president over there. A few years ago, they implemented a policy, well, not a policy, they made the decision to not renew their cleaning service. And instead, they have teams of people in the company that clean the bathrooms, that clean everything, including the CEO. So you might have the president and CEO with receptionists and one of the engineers on bathroom duty today. Now, I don't want to clean bathrooms, but that's a powerful story to tell, right? So, and I got a big shout out to Bob Alvarez with Shapiro Metals. He's here, and you know, what Bob is implementing in a very thoughtful, strategic way is just this. Being real clear on why we do what we do, and let's not just, you know, snap our fingers and change overnight. They've been working on this for a few years now. So I just want to highlight this importance of relational value and how you can, you know, get in before it's too late, but also the importance of telling that story. That's going to be a powerful story to tell to your prospective employees, because we all know right now, besides the supply chain issue, the labor challenge is certainly one of the highest things that everyone's dealing with. How do we get people to stay? How do we hire people? How do we recruit people? And this is how you show this culture and you tell that story well. So that's all I have for today, and you know, be up for any questions if anyone has them. I do have this up here. Storytelling resources, if any of you want to geek out on storytelling like I do. The 10 talks I mentioned from Steve Clayton and Shane Aker, they're about 15 minutes long. The book by Donald Miller, Building a Story Brand, great way of laying out this framework. And a podcast from NPR that I love is How I Built This, and that's walking through some of the biggest entrepreneurs and founders, but walking through their hard times and telling those stories. So that's awesome. And I want to invite anyone here, just an offer I have for you. If you have been following this process and you want to map out your story for a hero, villain, and guide, I'd be happy to do a 15-minute call with you and help you craft a power storytelling statement out of that. So I just ask that you reach out to me, and if we're going to do it, just make sure you come in with some clarity. All right, here's who I need to reach. You've already done that work. Here's their issues. Here's how we help them. And then we can really boil it down to 1 or 2 sentences that can be used on your website, using social media and such.
So, we hear so much about video, right? This is like, YouTube, TikTok. How do you take your story, measure seconds, that you can put it in, and you can representation for 4 minutes to use, or
Sure.
is it possible?
Yeah, so the question was how do you get this into video form? And I'm glad you asked that, because that is a core offering that we do, right? We help tell that story. But what I like to do, the way I approach it is come through testimonials. And so now that we've identified our ideal purchasing agent who's dealing with supply chain lead time, who's worried about production shutdowns, we help them with customized solutions. Because if they're really a happy client, let's get them on camera saying that. And so customer testimonials are a great way to do this, whether it's written or in video format, but we can help guide that testimonial with exactly what we need to hear. If you hear them mention that they're dealing with supply chain lead time, we need to hear them mention that communication's been an issue with other suppliers, and how your customized solutions help them overcome that. So, you can have it professionally done in a minute and a half, or 45 seconds, 2 minutes, video format. But even if you're taking a cell phone video of yourself talking about an issue, you can tell a story. You can be in your manufacturing floor and talk about, we just wrapped up a project with an HVAC client, and they were dealing with this issue, and we stepped in and helped with, this solution, and it really made a difference. Now, it's more powerful if we hear from them, but if we frame the story, we're working with HVAC purchasing managers, and we know that they're dealing with this. If that video pops up on LinkedIn, and I'm an HVAC purchasing manager, it's got my attention, and you can walk me through different pain points that I have, and how you can help me overcome those pain points. Hope that helps. Yeah, so the instant clarity session process with Chris and his salesperson is about 2 hours, a little less. And it depends on how many different target audiences you have. Some businesses and industries, we need to reach, precision manufacturers. We also need to reach real estate investors. We also need to reach, this group. So I recommend you go through the process for each one. So it can last up to 4 hours, depending on how many target audiences you want to tackle.
Have you ever done any work with making the employees kind of the hero?
Yeah, that's a great point, because how do you make the employee the hero? It's telling their story, and this is where we're talking about internal storytelling, and this is more inner focus and marketing CEO there. Yeah, so I know that they're doing this in their business. I got to experience it firsthand. Just so if you're making the employee the story, let's talk about who we want to reach. So we want to reach other employees, make them feel valued. So if we highlight this employee and maybe a great job they did on a specific project, that's going to really make that specific employee feel valued, but it's also going to make the other employees see, well, I'm valued too. This company understands me. They're not just wanting me to, put in my day's work and go home. They see it and appreciate it and feel that they should be valued. One thing that, just because I've been working with Cosmos over the past year, they implemented, they call it Cosmos Minute, and they have a short video, they do this on a daily basis. They have one employee tell a story of how a coworker did something great to highlight, some of their core values and are living them out. So that's great because you're hitting twofold there. You're getting the employees to engage with each other in a positive way, to actively recognize each other. And they have a little reward system, it's like internal Cosmos bucks that they can use on different things. So those are just a few ideas, but yeah, telling that employee story is huge for your own internal culture and then for recruiting as well.
I don't have a few more questions. Okay, good deal. All right, let's have a round of applause.
All right, thank you, John. Very much appreciated. Great stuff, right? It's all about finding the right message and finding the right people to make it all happen. So thank you, John. Very much appreciated. Okay, just a couple of things. Our next event is July 8th. Hopefully it's not going to be as hot as the day tonight. So July 8th, back here at the lodge, speakers to be announced. We got a great line of people who are working our way through the second half of the year. We hope you can make it out. It looks like our LinkedIn Live, thanks to Jason Casborn, was successful today. So this was streaming on LinkedIn Live. That's people popping in and out of the room, which is really cool. And there will be a video of this available as well. So I'll have a round of applause for Jason. All right. And then our feedback forms on your desk are very important to us, so we know how we did, we know who you're looking at, and who you'd like to hear more stories about. So please do take a moment to fill those out. Even if you don't fill it out, talk about it, just give some feedback there, please. And then last but not least, please throw away your trash and recycle. There's bins and some of the openings and some of the side, and you can always clean out a little bit, I'll save us a little bit of time. But thank you all for being here. I was just thinking as I was stepping back in the room, I miss you guys. So it's really good to see everybody in the room and everything along those lines. Tom, great point. We need to get your badges back into. There's a little place where you can drop your badge. I miss you guys. It's great to see all you guys. I hope you stay cool today, and I really appreciate you being here. So have a great rest of the week, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Do me a favor and send me a copy of the recording.
Sure.
Appreciate that very much.
It'll also be on the MML website, but I'll send you there's a
Email's
link to
on
it
there.
right here.
My email's on the card.
Okay,
You're
we'll do it.
perfect.
Yeah,
If
you
you have
got it.
trouble, just call me.
Okay, we'll do
Thank
it.
you.
No, it's hard. Nice job, John.